All right, guys, these past few weeks were quite scary. I mean, Bitcoin and other coins were already correcting, but they crashed like 30 to 50% on May 19th. There was fear in the streets like I haven't seen in a long time. And if you took a look at our trusty fear and greed indicator, it was flashing extreme fear and it couldn't swing any further to the left. That's how bad it was. A lot of people who were hyper bullish just a few weeks ago were calling the top to be in. And we saw longtime skeptics like Peter Schiff come out and puff his chest saying that he was right all along. But are the bears right though? Are we indeed entering a bear market now? I say no, and it's not just hopium. In this video, I want to share with you my strongest case for why I remain bullish, and also how we should think about taking profits in light of this new market condition. So if this sounds useful to you at all, then strap in my friend and let's dive right in. Now, this question of whether or not we're in a bear market now is a make or break question for us. Those of us from back in 2017 and 2018, we held our coins all the way up and all the way back down. And many of us vowed never to do this again, right? But spotting the end of bull markets is no easy task, or else everyone would sell and it just wouldn't work out, right? So my point is that it'd be scary indeed if the bull market was over and we didn't take enough profits. But I'm not that worried. I think we're okay, and here's why. First, we didn't have a parabolic blow-off top that usually marks the end of bull runs. This is true not only in crypto, but in the stocks world too, and for other assets. For Bitcoin, before the most recent crash, it was kind of ranging sideways before finally rolling over. But besides price action, it's really beautiful because Bitcoin has a blockchain, so it's an open ledger, right? And we can see every transaction going on throughout history. So that opens the door to a lot of advanced data analytics that we can do, like are the whales buying or selling? At what price were these coins switching hands? Is it weak hands or strong hands that are selling? These are all questions that we can answer using on-chain analysis. And this is only unique to crypto, like we can't do these for stocks, where many things are opaque and behind the scenes. In fact, when diving into the data, we see a lot of Bitcoin purchased at around the upper 50,000, lower 60,000 levels. And at the tops of bull markets, we usually see very little coins accumulated at those levels. So that makes this unlikely to be a top. Also, Bitcoin dormancy is very low right now, and what that measures is the age of coins transacted on average. With higher age or higher dormancy, that means they've been held for a longer time. And usually at the tops of bull runs, we see dormancy spike, which means that longtime holders are finally taking profit and selling. But it's not just dormancy, many other on-chain metrics are not even close to flashing top signals yet, like our MVRV Z-score. As you can see here, it spikes up way past the red zone during tops. Or reserve risk, that hasn't even gone to the red zone yet. Or other ones like our HODL ratio or PWEL multiple, none of them are flashing top indicators. Now, if some of them were flashing top signals, I'd be concerned. But if none of them are, I'd be absolutely flabbergasted if this indeed turned out to be the top. I mean, to be fair, the Pi cycle indicator flashed a top signal, but if you dig into that further, I think you'll see why I've said in prior videos that this metric is a complete fairy tale. So I'm a huge fan of these on-chain metrics, and I think you should definitely dig more into them as well, and not just look at pure price charts. You can find these on-chain charts at lookintobitcoin.com, or you can pay for a Glassnode subscription if you would like. I also made a video before of how to spot the top for Bitcoin, which you should watch after this video if you want to get a deeper explanation of each of these on-chain metrics. I'll leave a link for you of that video in the description below. So now the question is, if all these on-chain metrics are fine, then who's selling? Well, the data shows us that it's these newer tofu-handed investors from both the retail side and the institutional side. This matches up anecdotally too, because a lot of my newer friends who just got in recently were all texting me all worried like, dude, should I sell? Is the top in? Such tofu hands all around. And also, we were just long overdue for a correction, right? Things were too easy for too long, and that's not normal, even in bull runs. Too many people were taking leverage positions going long, And history shows us that margin traders usually get wrecked if they don't know what they're doing. This crash recently wiped out almost all the leveraged longs positions out there. Just look at these huge green bars showing the total amount of longs liquidated. It was in the billions of dollars. And folks, that's why I don't use leverage. And the YouTubers that tell you to margin trade make money off of your referral bonuses, not because they're good at margin trading themselves. Trust me, steer clear of leverage and margin. Now, before I get into my personal strategy of what to do in this recent confusing market, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors for this video, Dubplate Trade. They are bringing NFTs to the music world, and that gets us some unique benefits. Like artists can protect against piracy with Dubplate's special vinyls. And they also get a cut of the proceeds every time their NFT trades hands. As fans, we can enjoy exclusive music, and it also becomes a true collectible too. They just started this project super recently, but they already signed a deal with a UK music label and launched their Dub token too. It's a Binance Smart Chain governance token that you can already trade on PancakeSwap, and token holders get to collectively control the direction of the project. They also get a 10% cut of all NFT sales on the platform. Like I said, they're super early but quite unique, so if you like NFTs or music, go check them out and do more research using my link down in the description below. Alright, so the most important point of this video is what should we do based on all of this knowledge, right? Well, definitely don't make any drastic decisions and panic sell right now. Like if you really need the cash for something, then perhaps trim some of your positions. But I've always said to set laddering sell orders to lock in some profits. Don't get too greedy and make sure that some levels are likely to hit, and perhaps readjust the amount that you're selling at each level when some of these metrics I was talking about start flashing top signals. I always say to hold a forever bag though, and don't sell 100% of your Bitcoin because you never know what crazy thing could happen. We could get a super cycle and it rockets to $1 million without stopping. In which case, if we sold our coins, we'd be full of regret. By the way, if you haven't heard of super cycle theory before, you definitely should check out the video I made explaining this topic. Now, I want to stress that my analysis throughout this video might be completely wrong though. I doubt it, but it's definitely possible, right? Anything is possible. This whole situation is fluid and we need to continually monitor these metrics and the overall macro outlook. So we can just readjust swiftly rather than stubbornly stick to our forecast. Otherwise, 2021 Kevin will turn into 2018 Kevin all over again, and we do not want that. Guys, look. These past few weeks have been really bad, but we've seen it before, right? In past bull runs, we've had huge corrections too. This is natural, and this will help us potentially go higher rather than if we kept on overheating and had a blow off top already, too soon, right? And zooming out a bit, stocks are still near all-time highs, like the S&P 500, for example. The Fed is still printing billions of dollars, and their balance sheet continues to balloon. And institutions are just getting started in the crypto space too. So all that considered, it's just very unlikely for Bitcoin to go into a bear market all by itself right now. So let's hodl on, buy the dip, and if you like this video, you gotta check out my other video here about spotting the top for Bitcoin, or this one about explaining the super cycle theory I mentioned earlier. Well, I'm Kevin from BFB. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Cheers.